I'm Stan Ellsworth. You might have heard me talking about history on American Ride. But today, I want to talk about the United States Constitution, how it came to be, why it came to be, and what makes the United States Constitution a revolutionary document even today. So throttle up, baby. Let's hear the story. The American Bill of Rights has become an example to the world of how the people are supreme. It exalts the rights of the citizen and limits the powers of the federal government. It draws a clear line of where government has to stop interfering. It's a continued enumeration of the rights that Jefferson began with the Declaration of Independence, when he said, we're entitled to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. The Bill of Rights picks up when we read Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievance. Now, when we break that down into its several parts, first thing we see is the framers and the founders believed in the freedom of the human spirit. And the most pure expression of that is the right to worship, your freedom of religion. And they said Congress can't make any law that's going to put one sect above another. They can make no law that's going to use tax dollars to pay an official church. And they can't interfere with the way you worship God. Freedom of speech. It doesn't mean that you can stand on the corner and shout whatever kind of stupidity you think. It means that your right to disagree with government is absolutely protected. Freedom of the press was so important to Dr. Franklin. He owned or held controlling interest in 80% of the newspapers in the United States in his day. And to him, journalistic ethics and integrity went hand in hand with freedom of the press. It meant that the journalist is not above the question, but must remain outside of the question to ensure objectivity. A journalist can never pick a side. He can't be a paid shill. The journalist is one of the best methods to hold government to account. And the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition government for redress of grievance. One of the best examples of this in operation is when we gather in our caucuses and we talk about the problems and we present solutions and we ask our government to make a difference. This is one of the principal ways that the people can check and balance the federal government. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. In our society, we believe that every citizen has the right to protect their person, their family, their property, and their rights. That militia that we were talking about, that's a gathering of free citizens. And the weapons we're speaking of, that's the citizens' last argument against tyranny. Do you remember the conversation we had at Lexington and Concord? Only a tyrant will take the arms of a free people. We'll see you next time when we talk about how we limit the federal government in the due process of law. Subscribe now. It's history with attitude and the American story with an edge.